Have you ever sat down to do something important and realize you just don't care? Not because the task is boring, but because it feels like caring is exhausting, impossible, or even dangerous. This is what I like to call the shield of apathy. Today, we're going to be tearing down that shield, not to leave you vulnerable, but to help you actually get moving again. In reality, that sense of apathy isn't a sign of laziness, it's a defense mechanism. Learned helplessness is the sense that we have no control over the outcomes that we've experienced in the past, and this gets projected forward, making us feel pretty hopeless about achieving our goals or overcoming obstacles in the future. Our logic becomes if I don't try, I can't fail. If I don't care, I can't be disappointed. It's a protective layer that we build to avoid the sting of rejection or the disappointment in ourselves after we make mistakes or fail. But here's the thing, that shield doesn't just block out disappointment, it blocks out joy and the experience of progress as well. So while it might seem like we're unmotivated and unreliable, we're actually just hiding. If you feel emotionally numb, then I have some good news for you. That numbness that you feel, it's not a personality trait, it's not a character defect, it's not a reflection on you at all. It's actually just a signal. Think of it like a smoke detector. It's not there to weigh in on what it thinks about your house or to reflect that your house is a mess. It's there to tell you something is burning. The numbness that you're experiencing is simply meant to alert you to a problem, something that's deeply affecting you. It's not a signal that you're a cold person or a failure at life. It's a signal that you might be stuck in survival mode and that you're kind of frozen in place. So your motivation's gone and you can't seem to restart the engine. In order to get it going again, you have to look at why you do the things that you do. You have to look at what motivates you. Extrinsic motivation is the carrot on the stick. The rewards that receive, the rewards that we receive for doing the things we need to be doing. A paycheck, good grades, followers on social media, avoiding your partner's frustrated stare. These are all external forces of motivation. Problem is, they're pretty short lived. If you drive by a cop on the side of the highway, you instinctively slow down, even if you're going the speed limit, which I'm sure you all are doing. Get 2 miles down the road, however, and we will absolutely start to lean on the gas pedal a little bit more and get back up to speed. That's why intrinsic motivation is so important. This is the fire from within, your internal why. You do it because it's interesting, because you're curious, because you're invested, or simply because you feel it's the right thing to do, the right way to operate. If you're relying on extrinsic rewards, no wonder you're exhausted. You're trying to run a marathon on a diet of jelly beans. To tap into that intrinsic motivation, that internal fire, you have to start setting your goals based on what you value and who you aspire to be. Saying that you want to lose 10 pounds is fine, but you're shooting for a pretty simple and somewhat superficial outcome. And the measurables can be pretty fickle based on the day or the week that you're having. Instead, set a goal based on what you value. For instance, if and freedom of independence are important to you, then your goal may be to exercise because it keeps you limber and strong. And it's not often that you find occasion to work the word limber into a therapeutic setting, but there we have it. If you value connection, then your goal becomes being healthy enough to play with your kids or your grandkids or your nieces and nephews. If you value self care, then you exercise to find your center. That was something that consistently motivated me to go out for a run for much of my life. When your goals are informed by your values, they'll stop feeling like chores and start feeling like expressions of who you are. Unfortunately, this can be very difficult to do in a vacuum. That's why you need to create accountability. It has to be the kind that helps, not the kind that shames. You can start with a simple social contract, telling one or two people what your specific plan is, not to be praised when you make progress or to be shamed when your progress stalls out, but so someone knows to ask you how it's going, how you're making out so far. You could try identifying and committing to the minimum viable action. If you can't do the whole task, do the smallest version of it. Work at it for 5 minutes, write 1 or 2 sentences, run just 1 or 2 laps. You can also schedule a time to reflect on the why. Once per week, check in with yourself and ask, did I live according to my values this week? Sometimes you can push through your lack of motivation with sheer willpower. But when that fails, you need to drop the shield, listen to the signal, and reconnect with what actually matters to you. Thank you so much for checking out this video. If it resonated with you, drop a comment below with one value that you're going to focus on this week, and consider sharing it with anyone who you think might benefit. As always, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, do not hesitate to reach out to me. And one favor, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe for more content like this. I'm Chris Nackos, and I'll see you here next time on the City's Last Perspective.